Former Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick was charged with 19 federal charges, along with asking for a court-appointed lawyer.
And joining us now, Channel 7 legal analyst Tom Cranmer with what's next for the mayor. Thanks for joining us. This was a major turning point in Kwame Kilpatrick's legal issues.
Robbie, it is, and it's really the start of what I call phase two. We've heard an awful lot about what happened on the state side in terms of his probation violation and the proceedings there, but this is even more serious now, and today was really just the beginning of that process.
Now, we just heard that Jim Thomas was appointed as his attorney, but why wouldn't you be trying to cut a deal if you're Kwame Kilpatrick's attorney? And he's talking about it being a long case, and this is going to be paid for with taxpayer money, right?
Well, Carolyn, as I think Jim explained in the interview that we saw earlier, he is just getting involved in the case, and this has been an investigation, as we know, that's been ongoing for a substantial period of time, and I think prudently he indicated that before we can talk about any potential resolution or plea, I need to take a look at the evidence. Obviously, I need to consult with my client and see where we go from there.
The time frame on this, are you talking about maybe a year before this thing gets going?
Robbie, that wouldn't surprise me. Things in federal court, just by their nature, seem to take a little bit longer than oftentimes they do in state court, I should say, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's many months before we see a resolution.
Now, in Christy McDonald's report, we heard that Kwame Kilpatrick will remain in federal custody. He will not return to Manistee. So what's it like for him? Where's he going? What's the difference between federal custody and state custody?
Well, I think the hope is, as Jim Thomas indicated, that he will be held close by, perhaps at Milan, so that he will have the opportunity, that is Jim Thomas, to interact with the former mayor and talk about issues that arise in the case, the defense strategy perhaps, and look at much of the discovery, the investigation that the federal government has undertaken for many months now.
Now, the arraignment today basically centers on the civic fund.
It does.
Are the feds looking at other things?
Well, certainly they've indicated that. The United States Attorney herself, Barbara McQuaid, has indicated that the investigation is not over, certainly signaling that there may be some additional charges that come down the road. But there's no question that the heat has been turned up and the stakes now have really increased.
And you're talking about other charges against Kwame Kilpatrick, not other people.
At least potentially. We don't know that for sure, but certainly that's been the hint or suggestion that there is that possibility because they're continuing their investigation.
All right, Tom Cranmer, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much.